can I just not go inside?
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Rolls it off. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm stuck in here with Mannequin Wife for 10 hours.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Sorry, we're having to go through this again, but obviously I just wanted to make sure.
He went
there's
further.
A lot of,
he imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through
I'm not 100%
either.
sure we did
At
them.
last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Game with the baby?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
It's interesting it brings up the game with the baby. I don't know if it did that the first time we were
But
here.
there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Slightly different.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
We were here before, dude, and
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
all right, we're back. Alright, so vent is the only way we can go. We've exhausted all the other options, and we did the vent last time, so...
Stanley!
Come over here! There's anything different.
In the vent! I want to show you something! Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
I like this area, it's cool, but we've already been here.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
It's where it talks a lot of smack about PlayStation. We've already been here, so we're gonna kind of...
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Can't interact with that. Yeah, it talks a lot of smack about, oh yeah, and it has a picture of us on our first death in this game. Sit on the bench there.
Je suis dans la
Oh,
mémoire
Stanley.
seul sur la pluie de l'eau et je n'attends.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism,
Yeah,
10 out of
really
10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created."
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long the extra content took to come out, or even if this is the extra content, I have no idea. You know, we just stumbled across it, didn't we? Hey lady that didn't at all care that I died.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait,
Because we
hang
couldn't
on.
save it. And we got,
I don't recall this
we
part
got
of the
to,
memory
like,
zone
a little
before.
way in here.
What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley.
Bad
It's
reviews.
a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I don't like how this looks. Actually reminds me of like The Long Dark. A little bit.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I wonder if there's any other ways. Like, it doesn't seem like we get anywhere 'cause you can't jump. I want the jump circle back. I want my broom closet back.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Take the screwdriver. It does kind of remind me of The Long Dark for some reason, like the way it's like stylized.
What's this one got to say?
Cookie 9.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
Damn you, Cookie 9.
I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright. Well, I might as well skip because we heard a lot of his conversations.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
I am going to check
I
between,
can't wait
there
to see
might be a
what
door
Cookie
that
9 will
appears,
say
we
about
never
this,
know.
and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Oh, that's nothing.
Unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really a...
Sorry,
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door... Oh, Stanley.
Sorry, dude.
You're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had...
Sorry. Sorry, dude. I listened to you last time. I think we got to about here, potentially. Yeah, the fire alarm, the beep beep.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down.
Right. Look for a door. It's like water coming through. I heard it like drip.
The end, is never 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 the end.
He's broken. I've broken him. Done it. Oh, it's dripping more water. I have a shower. Oh god. Wow, that escalated fast. Poor voice man. That he took away my broom closet. He deserves everything he gets. My opinion. Oh, sunlight. See sunlight. Hello? Played enough frickin' Skyrim that I can get up on this. No. Cannot do it. Oh. We got some new life. Berries. Can I eat the berries? Fall on the vines. Eat the berries, dude. I like that sound. No? Getting creepier. What the frick is going on out there? Oh. See a way out. Is it gonna be like Planet of the Apes? I'm gonna get out there and see like the Statue of Liberty. Oh. We are in the desert. Going. I don't know where we're going. Bye. I'm free. Free. I'm peaceful. Oh. God damn it. God damn you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where's my purple computer? Where is it gone? Stolen it from me. Sink. Purple. There's no purple this time, rude. New content. God damn it, there's new content. New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
New. Double new, yes. Been on one of these before and got squished. I don't like this. I wish I could read all these things. It doesn't let you zoom and it frustrates me back in the sadness. I don't like this.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So
I like how I've
this
just skipped the whole game to go to the new content.
I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
2. Alright, number 2. Haven't even done the first one yet.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
And the end is never the end again. 427. Investors Showcase. Testing 2 printers at the same time? Okay. Can I use the telephone? Ring for help? No.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Alright, we've got SIP. Can't read the top ones. Pyramid, data drink. There's no diet though, I'm afraid. Sticky notes. Want my jump back? This kind of reminds me of the forest. Like when you're in the bunkers and stuff. Bird. Back 2 doors. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Boring off the charts. Cool red section off the charts. Old plus busted. New hotness. Okay. What does that say? 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is... Okay. Every button pause is a numeral, Roman numeral 2. Okay. More TSP, better TSP, win. Sequential mindshare. Paradigm shift, synergy, brick and mortar approach, develop client-centric marketing. The color is red. Leverage holistic value. Okay. Hey, this is very weird.